but they said it was like a group. They said
Yeah,
we
the
knew it was
Holy
a group.
Trinity.
So this isn't a group.
We knew it was a group. No, they said it's by the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's the Holy Trinity, the one and the same.
How do you think the Holy Ghost feels? He don't even got a name.
I think the Holy Ghost is living the best life. Can you imagine? You're like God as well, but you get to walk in the streets, no one's asking for selfies. That's a pretty dope life to live.
That's an amazing life.
Imagine if you're Jesus. People are hanging you on the cross. If I was Jesus, can you imagine? Like they always go like, when is Jesus coming back? If I was Jesus, I wouldn't come back. I'd be like, yo, last time they killed me, they didn't even have guns. You gonna come back now?
3 different probes in less than a week. Those are Guillermo numbers. You know what this is, Guillermo? Do you know what it is?
What is it, James?
It's a menage a trois.
Oh my Lord.
Okay. That was a failure of a joke. Failure to launch. Failure to launch.
That was a failure of a joke.
Yes.
Wow. I can't argue with it.
The question is, and we're looking for a specific number, how many times a month do you have sex? All right? And Harrison, your answer is 10 times a month. Wow. What do you have like a spreadsheet or something? How is that so precise? All right. 10 times a month, Guillermo.
Wow, more than I do, yeah.
Were you about to say more than we do? That's even more than we do.
Okay, charades, without saying the word, describe it physically by acting it out, but neither the person gets it. Both must take shots.
So I have a word, I have to act it. You get unlimited guesses for 60 seconds.
Okay, straight up, I'm gonna be honest, I am drunk. Okay, a penguin, a butterfly, wings, throwing wings, like, oh my god, penguin, like, bouncing, like throwing, shooting, pouncing, like doggying, hitting, wings, hitting women, hitting, oh fuck, bro, you gotta be, scooping, bro, you gotta help me, shooting, oh fuck, there's no way.
That was a tree.
What on earth was that a tree?
That was a fucking tree.
Get fucked.
I was digging the hole, planting the seed, growing it. I was
lying,
chopping
you're lying.
firewood.
Stop it.
I was a
if
tree.
Any girl, if watched that shit happen, there's no way in goddamn fuck you would have got that as tree. A tree would have been like you standing up, just like straight up like this.
That's literally what I did.
No, you didn't. You straight up went like this, and you went
like a tree
this.
with branches.
No. You are in
Then I would
such
say
a
the same
different brainwave than me. Like, what on earth was that? Like, I could not understand the thing you were saying. I was literally guessing.
I gotta go to the hoop.
No, you can do anything you want.
Anything I want.
You can shoot from there.
All right.
You can do whatever.
Must be the color of my skin, because I'm doing pretty good.
So, if you don't catch it in the air,
It's not a tip?
yeah, you have to take it back.
Okay, so it's still
So hit the
6-2,
rim. Yeah, 6-2.
but without a tip.
Yeah, so no tips. But you have, if it hits a rim, you have to take it back out.
Okay.
Only time you have to get out is if you dip it in the air.
Whew. Need an inhaler.
Can't breathe.
Man, all right.
So I knew this is what you guys wanted to see. 2 amazing athletes playing basketball. Holy shit, I need a break.
So, I want to say, if you want to see any more sport videos of us, like doing football, American football, tennis, I would say no. Because I almost hurt myself within the first 60 seconds trying to dunk.
Now, I understand as a younger man, you worked at SeaWorld. What did you do at SeaWorld?
that was my first job. I was 15 and I was a vendor. I was one of the people that walked up and down the stadiums with churros and Pepsi.
You sold the churro.
I sold the churro, yes. Well, the worst part, the worst time ever, I once got to the top, to the top of the steps of the stadium. There was a gentleman, there were people walking towards me. They love the churros, so they're coming to me. And the sun kind of got blacked out for a moment, and I turned and looked, and there was a seagull coming at me. And it gripped it, and I screamed.
Yeah.
And then it gripped onto the churro, and I started screaming more. And
why were you fighting to keep the churro? You have a box of 100 more. An animal wants the churro. Get rid of the freaking churro. How are you going to sell that churro after? A rabid condor.
I won that churro. I won the churro.
So it was like, caw.
And I'm like, no! And I went to the ground. I fell with a box, but I kept half my churro.
Yeah.
I kept it.
But then the sterno poured over. You burst into flames.
It was horrible.
Oh my,
It was my first job. The worst.
That's the worst / best story I've heard in a while.
A little closer.
We were together in school, me and him. He went his own way. So I'm standing here.
Okay.
I'm only here for a couple minutes.
So how long do you know this man?
30 years.
30 years you've been together, and you've been to school where?
School? Kensington.
Hogwarts.
I don't know him. He was never talkative. I remember in school. He used to sit by himself and read books. I was just this guy fooling around and having fun. He was just reading. You were asking questions, you answer with his head. Yeah, no, What's your name? No. What? Is that a name? Shake of a head is not a name. Please say your name. And by recess, you know, you're just this guy hanging out. His mother always picked him up from school. You know, he's that type of guy until he was 20. His mother picked him up from school.
Now, when you were a young Jewish man, did you ever suffer any discrimination that would push you in this to kind of laugh at people's differences?
No. I find people are people, and I always laughed at life. I always laughed at people, blacks, whites, beige, blue. I don't care what the hell they are. People are funny, and if you hit them right and you exaggerate, we exaggerate all our insecurities, you know.
Right.
As I look at you now, the white sweat socks and the smart pants and the wonderful jacket, it's wrong. But that's not a joke. That's, you know, some people say insult. They gave me that title, insult, which I'm not too crazy about, but I live with it. After 35 years, I go along with it. But the word, it's not insult. It's putting somebody on, and like you do, and laugh about life. That's pretty much.
Well, that's why I didn't want to refer to it as insult earlier, because I think it's so much more than that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, you know, they say, oh, he's going to kill you, insult, you know. Sure, Dennis, the whole idea is not so much the joke, because I can't tell jokes. You know, like guys say, get up at a party, Rickles, and tell a joke. I'm dead. And I used to do impressions like a million other comedians and bad jokes. I started talking to the audience. So I never could tell a joke. I just talk about things and it becomes a joke, you know. Mm-hmm. This show's a joke.
Yeah, my question is for Don. I'd like to know how he's seen things change in the business racially during the span of his career.
How things changed in Korea?
How have things...
They're short of bamboo. What did she
He is
say?
very quick.
How things have changed in your career.
Oh, my career? I thought you said Korea.
How have things changed racially during the span of his career?
How things changed in my career? Well, I'm working this.
See? In a scant 2 years ago, Tanya, he couldn't have got anywhere near this fucking show.
And Dorothy, it's good to see you again. I remember the days when you and Don were married, and you kept saying to me, I love him so much. And we all stared at you. The Navy, I was in the Navy. You were in the Navy. You were an ensign. That's right. And you were?
Colonel.
Colonel. Hi, Kurt. What was I? I was a seaman first class, kissing your you-know-what.
Seaman first class in what division? What was yours?
What division? What division? What division? Well, the division was painting.
Were you in gunnery, communication?
Gunnery? No. We didn't have, in those days, as you know, we didn't have radar. There was no radar. Ed, you up?
Yes.
There was no radar.
No radar.
You were a fighter pilot, right?
Yes, sir.
How did I get him in a cockpit?
Are you in, Ed? Come on, Ed. I'm in. Battle stations, I'm in. Let me get the cockpit. Do we hit? Are we over Guadalcanal?
I realize now that we know each other 14 years or more.
At least.
And you started me on the Carson show, and you hate to get like, thank you, Johnny, thank you. I've thanked you many times, Oh, boy, did I thank you. But you were always a great guy. You always kept saying, did you thank me? And Ed always, good old Ed, always backed it up by saying, did you thank Johnny? And my whole life has been thank you. And now I tell you guys, I don't need you.
You got your own
That's
show?
the old
Thing
joke. You don't need it. But I got news. You need everybody in this business. But you have signed a $3 million deal to appear here once a week.
No, what do you... No.
And, because Ed told me that. He said, what a deal he's got. I got to sit on the couch like a moron, and I was a colonel. This guy was only an ensign. Boy, if World War II'd start again, he'd start saluting me and do that old trick again. Shining the old apple, Tell him what you told me, Ed, how you fed up you want to get your own show. Guy wants to walk out. Speak up, Ed. Let him know it here and now. We are fed up, right, Ed?
Right, Don.
Ed, control yourself.